forget to take myself off mute every time the shit goes off. I
Yeah,
forget to take
I thought it
myself
was
off
gonna
mute
be
every
an
time.
announcement or
I
something,
was gonna say
child.
you need to take her down.
I didn't even take her down.
In the room.
Child, I didn't even take her off, but whatever, child. I
Oh,
forgot. So with that being said,
right.
what's
I was
going
like,
on,
well, I
y'all?
thought I was
I
you know,
was like,
that
wait a
I
minute.
forgot. I forgot. I forgot. Moving too fast. I got so much going on right now. But what's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Jamar 4.
and we have a special guest with us tonight. She is definitely one of the new cast members of the hit web reality series on Chasing Reality, and it's called Chasing LA. Okay, she's one of the people that is one of the most talked about. Everybody's been
everybody
talking
know
about
that's
her.
me,
Everybody been, they either love her or they gonna read her and shade her down, or she gonna read her, shade them down back. It's gonna be one of the two. But she's here. I was supposed to bring her back, but child, my mind is all over the place, child. But she's here, y'all. So shout out to Nicole for being here with us
Hey,
tonight.
You know what? It's all good. This I said.
it's
This we ain't
fine.
talking.
It's giving very much. Honey. Bam, I'm here.
So again,
Okay,
we
okay,
thank
cool. I
you.
was trying to send it out to the people, y'all. So my bad. Okay, I'm
Oh
back.
yeah, no,
No, you good. You doing what you giving what it's supposed to give.
we want the people to come in because we want their engagement as well.
Right, I was sending the people in. I was like, come on in. You ain't said nothing last night.
Oh, they talking about me. I probably
Oh,
forgot to mention it last night because I was on live for a long time last night.
Oh, that's all
But I
good.
mentioned it in another video.
But since we've given you your own intro and kind of given the people a little bit of a gist about what it is that you do, so tell us with your own words who you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself that the audience may not know.
okay, let's see. My name is Nicole Rae. Nicole Rae hair, that is. I'm a hairstylist, salon owner, business mogul. I'm an only child. I'm in my 30s. Let's see. A fun fact that people might not know, like my passion, what I really thought I was going to be when I was a little kid was a singer. I really thought I was going to be the next Brandy, and I was going to do my thing, honey. And people might not know that because I'm all into hair and business and all that stuff. But people might not know that.
I
But
never
yeah,
would have thought you wanted to be sitting on top of the world.
And I did, honey. I definitely did.
sitting on top of the world up in her bedroom.
Up
Amen.
in my room, honey, thinking about these niggas.
Not thinking about the niggas. I mean, true facts. Uh, so we see that you're known for being like a successful hairstylist in LA, but what's like the testimony and like the success story for Nicole Rae? Because like Nicole had some coin in that club. I was like, okay, we got the bands. She buying the shots. So I'm like, the girl got coin. So like, how
I
did
really
you?
came from humble beginnings. It's so
Mhm.
funny. Like nobody knows that. Like I come from very humble beginnings. Like that's why I go so hard. Like my family extended wise has always had it together. You know what I mean? My dad dealt with a substance abuse issue when I was younger. So it was always him fucking things up and my mom saving the day. You know what I mean? So my mom is literally like the reason why I go so hard. Like I never saw this lady complain. I never saw this lady call off work. I never seen her just look like the things that she's been through. So that's why I'm so the way that I am now because she literally fought every obstacle. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine just going to work every single day, buying your child stuff, having your husband steal it to sell it for drugs, and then trying to buy it again to replace it before your child knew about it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so what people don't understand about me, honey, is I didn't always come from a lot of stuff. Like I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Like my parents did not set me up for greatness. I mean, my mom always made sure I had clean clothes on. I always had whatever I wanted because I was the only child and she bust her ass for it. But I literally had to work hard my whole life. Like the time I got old enough to make my own money, my determination was to help my mom. Like I have to help my mom. I have to help my mom. I have to make sure my mom is okay. Like I see the struggle. I see what she goes through. I see how hard she fights and works to give me the things that I have. You know what I mean? Like this lady put me through college by herself. Like, so that's what people don't know. People always just think like, oh, like I'm just a pretty princess, honey, and I just, came out the womb, honey. Oh, your mom did this for you and she did that for you. And yes, she did sacrifice quite a few things, honey, but I taught my mama how to save money. My mom never came from that era. She's an older lady. You know what I mean? They didn't think like that back then. They didn't think about the rainy day. They lived for right now. They lived for what's going on right now, what's happening
Mm-hmm.
today. what they can expect today. Like, as long as her rent and her bills was paid, she could care less about the rest of everything else. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I got older and I was just like, there has to be more to this. As I got in college, as I started working, as I started studying business and finance, I'm like, no, we have to have something just in case something happens. You know what I mean? Like, who would have ever thought back in the 90s, early 2000s, that we would deal with a global pandemic in 2020, in 2019, 2020? Like, who thought that?
Nobody.
Nobody could foresee
Like
that.
Keith Sweat, nobody.
You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, we never knew that we were going to have to deal with those things. But had I not had the tools that I learned in college and the tools that I learned just being an adult, like, I literally spent up all my money once upon a time, y'all. I wanted to be grown, honey. And I said, you know what, Mom? I'm home from college now. I got a little job, honey. I got a couple dollars saved up, honey. I'm going to move out and do what I want to do, girl, because I want to have fun. You know what I mean? All my friends live with their moms. So they got to come to my house, honey, and be single, sexy, and free, honey. You could do everything you want to do over here at Nicole's house because ain't no mama here.
Everything?
I mean, baby, you name it, honey. And the funny thing was, they was doing it and I wasn't. That's so crazy, huh? Like, I literally gave these people free apartment, honey. I said, bring all the boys over here, honey. Because I was socially awkward, like, as, like, a younger gay person. You know what I mean? So it was like, I kind of lived vicariously through my friends. Like, so I was like, bring them over. Come on. Get them over here.
Oh, well.
I'm socially awkward too.
Yeah.
That gets on Jamar's nerves because I don't like to meet new people, and it.
I mean, that's how I used to be, but I kind of found out how to navigate that and just sort of communicate. Like, this is still just like another person. You know, you never know like what kind of connection you can make with people. So I'm just like, you know what? I just say hello. I speak. I'm cordial. You know, and a lot of great relationships that spawn from that. So
no, absolutely.
You would be surprised. So one of my favorite questions I like to ask most of our guests that are part of the LGBTQ community is, how did you, especially as a trans woman, how did you navigate your queerness as a child? Because I know like some people feel like they have to come out initially as a gay person and they have to come out again as a trans person. So how did you navigate that experience?
I think I always kind of knew what I wanted to be or what I thought I was. I don't think in the 90s, like, it was as popular or it was as known. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, like, when I was a little kid, you know, you're a little kid, honey, you make a trash bag into a dress, or you take some paper, fold it up, make it into a purse, or I always wanted to play house, and I always wanted to cook the dinners and do this. I don't think that I paid attention to the fact that that's what it was. It was just natural to me. You know what I mean? Then I got off into doing hair when I was a kid. So it kind of was just like womanly things that, you know, when your father looks at it or when his friends look at it, they're like, oh, your son is gay. Like, this is gay. This is this, this, that. But I didn't know how I felt about certain things. You know what I mean? Like, I never really could put like a finger on it. Then when I kind of got to high school and I was just like, okay, now let me just, let's get into the things, honey, since y'all asking all the good questions, child. When I got to high school, honey, I was a fat gay boy.
You was a what?
A fat gay boy.
Okay.
I mean, these are the facts.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, I'm saying this to say that nobody checks for the fat gay boys. You know what I mean? Like, nobody checked for that. Nobody was looking for that. Like, you could be every girl's friend. You could be this, you could be that. But in the gay world, they weren't checking for me in high school. You know what I mean? The reason why I was so popular in high school was because I did hair. So because I did hair, every female at the school was my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So because every female is my friend, every male that's straight would like to be my friend. Why? Because I have access to all the females. So that's how come I was popular in high school. I was never popular because of myself. I was popular because of my talent. I was popular because, like, oh my God, every girl would come to my house in my kitchen and get their hair done every single week. And every boy would be like, you know, can you talk to so-and-so for me? Can you introduce me to so-and-so? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know what I mean? Like, So that's what made me popular. So it was kind of just like, it wasn't until I started to like come into like transitioning or come into, let's just take it back further than that, come into like cross-dressing that I kind of got attention, because it's like a fat girl can get attention. A fat heterosexual man can get attention. But a gay black male that's fat, like, they don't check for that. And that's just the sad reality of it. You know what I mean? And I feel like we still live in that right now. They don't check for that. You know what I mean? So I was a super cute girly looking boy, but as a girl, I was a pretty little chunky girl. Like, oh, she's so cute. And that's when I started to get attention. And so it was kind of just like, okay, well, let's roll with this. But yet and still, I'm in high school. My dad and my mom are still together. Like, it's not the right time. It's not, you never know when it's okay to transition. You never, you know what I mean? You never know. So you hide stuff in the back of your closet. You put it on at nighttime when nobody's looking. You go out with your friends and you do what you do. Then you come back home. You take it all off before you go in the house, And little by little, honey, my mom is finding stuff in the closet. She's looking at stuff. She's seeing stuff. And then it's just like, I'm lying. Like, no, that wasn't mine. My friend left that here. She left her outfit here. She left her hair here. She left her this. She left her that. Until I got to like being a senior, honey, I was like, well, let me grow this hair out, honey. Because all this trying to snatch these ponytails with this little curly top and a little bit of sides, honey, and doing these quick weaves to go out real quick and snatching them out at the end of the night. This is too much, honey. Like, let me just at least, honey, grow me some hair and then I'll be good to go.
So they never really gave you any pushback for transitioning. It was just like,
no, I never really, thankfully, honey, it is the biggest blessing. I never really got any flack for it. Like, I didn't decide to officially like transition until I was maybe like 23 or 24. And me and my mom like had a long, deep, serious conversation, and I kind of was letting her know that I was looking for her acceptance and I was looking for her to give me the okay. Because at this time, her and my dad weren't together anymore. I have friends and they're cool with it because, I dress up at nighttime and I go out with them. I'm doing drag, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but it's not a full-time thing. So it was kind of just like for me, like if I have my mom or one solid person in my corner that I know is going to rock out with me regardless of anything, then I can go ahead and try to tackle this thing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know what it was going to entail. I didn't know if people were going to accept it. I didn't know if people were going to shun me for it. I didn't know if people were going to treat me differently for it. You know what I mean? And so when she and I had this long conversation, she cried, I cried, honey. Like, it was a whole like soap opera type moment, honey. And she literally said to me, she said, I would like for you to bring Nicole to my company Christmas party. Oh. And after that, it was nothing else to be said.
And then, like, once you were able to sort of walk in, this character that had been shunned in the dark for so long, you're like, I could be this in the light in front of people. Like, how did that make you feel?
Baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, bitch, you see this face? This the same face I always had, honey. Okay, baby. Like, and at this time, I had went to college, honey. I had lost some weight. I had been working out. Child, you cannot tell me nothing, honey. Like, baby, Nicole is the mess. Like, you know what I mean? So at this time, I'm just like, oh, boom. Let me tiptoe up in this thing. Let me do my thing. Let me make it happen. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing, honey. And it was so crazy because at the time that I actually, transitioned and started, taking hormones or getting my boobs done or doing this or doing that, like everybody was just like, oh, okay, girl, like nobody cared. It was just kind of like, we got it. We figured that, you know what I mean? So all this that I was thinking that I needed to go through to get to this point, and everybody was just like, you're okay now? Like, you're okay now? You're fine? You know what I mean? Like, they were just like, well, girl, we already kind of knew that that's what it was giving, honey. We just waiting on you.
People that's close to you always know.
Right.
Is they always know. Even when you think you're hiding it from them, they always know.
But I guess there's so many like, horror stories about people getting thrown out and people just having all this negative, feedback to it. I kind of feel like, well, why won't that be me? So it's the hesitation. So I definitely understand that.
Right, because you just never know, you know what I mean? Like, so my hat is off to the people, like, when I watch, certain things, and people be like, oh, they started transitioning at 10 or 12 or before puberty, and this and that. Like, to have that kind of courage to walk in that light, you know what I mean? Like, it's a brave, bold thing, you know what I mean? And it's kind of a catch-22 to me. Like, I look at me transitioning later in life like people look at having children later in life. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some people be like, oh, you had your kids young, so you guys can grow up together, and by the time they're grown, you're good and still at a good age, and you can live your life and have fun, but you might struggle. As an 18-year-old mother, you might struggle. You might go through some things that a 30-year-old mother doesn't have to go through because they're already established. You know what I mean? So because of the fact that I had already been to college, I had already graduated, I had already had a successful hair career, I already had a home, I already had things going for me. It's like a lot of the things that younger trans girls go through when they're trying to transition, I didn't have to experience that because I was already established as myself prior to. Now, there is a downfall to that, though, because you got to think, if you live your life for 23, 24 years as one person, then you pop out another day as another person, everybody knew who the fuck I was. I was a popularized hairstylist. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, you're going to have to deal with some ridicule, but at least you're established, so can't nobody knock you off what you have going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a catch-22.
Is it really like another person or just like a reveal or an extension of that same person?
I think it's like a reveal and an extension of the same person because my personality never changed, honey. You know what I mean? I think maybe my confidence got better because, you know, like I said, honey, as a little gay boy, honey, I wasn't necessarily the fan favorite. I wasn't necessarily what all the boys was on the websites looking for. You know what I mean? Like, but as a woman, honey, baby, like, you know, you know, it ain't a case I couldn't crack if I really wanted to do it, child.
Well, all right then. So, with that being said, have you found it difficult at all to date as a trans woman, and are you dating right now?
Is it difficult to date? I think it's difficult to date. Absolutely. Only because let's see, how do I explain this? So gay boys want gay boys. Straight men want women. So there are some straight men that will mess with trans women. Do they want to date them? Do they want to marry them? Do they want to take them home to meet their mama? No. There are some gay boys that'll sleep with trans women, but they're naturally attracted to men. So it's a fine line of an individual that is willing to be like, oh my God, you look like a woman, you're this, you're that, but I know what it is, and I still want, you know what I mean? And I'm still attracted to that. Because you got to think, most gay men are like, I'm attracted to men. Like, I have a friend, honey, he's in the chat right now. Like, he's like, I've never had a woman before. I've never thought about a woman before. I've never tried to lick a vagina. When there's a lot of gay boys that say, oh, I tried it, I just didn't like it, I knew I was gay. But he's like, no, I've known I was gay my whole life. Like, my whole 25 years of living, I've known I like boys. I don't want to see no vagina. I don't want to be near no vagina. I want no parts of it. You know what I mean? So it takes a special individual to deal with someone that's trans. And that's why oftentimes when I have conversations with my gay homeboys, I'm like, you guys have to understand that trans women are literally at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to this dating and this relationship life. You know what I mean? Lesbians, in my opinion, are at the top because everybody loves a lesbian, honey. A lesbian loves a lesbian. A man loves a lesbian because he's like, ooh, she likes girls. We can bring a girl home and it can be all of us in the bed. You know what I mean? Like, everybody likes a lesbian. Then when it comes to gay boys, everybody's 92% of the world is gay now. So everybody is dating gay people. Gay people are taking over. It's just the gay thing. But to find the special individuals that like to deal with the trans women, honey, it's few and far in between at times. But am I dating? Yeah, absolutely.
We know. We just want to make sure everybody else knew.
I
mean, you could give a name.
I mean, we don't do that. You know, you know.
Let me ask you this question. Do I know?
You trying to be funny out here?
No.
Girl, take it. Honey, the interview's over. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll take that as a yes. I just want to make sure. I hate to assume.
But I do. But that is a good question. But you know, I always wondered how the dating life was for trans women because it can, from the way you described it, that's the way I perceived it, anyways. Because it's a catch-22. Like, you know, gay men like other gay men. You know, we don't want no woman. You know what I mean? So it's just like you really don't know where you fit it, you know, or whatever. So I get that.
Then
so
it's crazy because for me, when I used to go to the gay clubs all the time, like before I was known, you know what I mean? Before people knew who I was, before I was known, every time I would go to the gay club with my homeboys, like the other gay boys would just think like I was like a who hangs around the gay boys. Because, you know, that's normal. You know what I mean? Gay boys bring their straight homegirls to the club all the time. You know, I blend in with the crowd. They're like, oh, your homegirl is so cute. Like, y'all brought her out, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, hello? Like, does somebody want to talk to me? Like, because now I look like the straight girl who's attracted to these gay boys and I'm just trying to flirt with them. And I'm just like, I mean, I might have what y'all like. Hold on, calm down. Like.
I mean, okay. It's like the attention from the girls, so
and they do, you know what I mean. But they don't want to take them home, honey. They don't want to date them. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. You know what I mean. So it's kind of just like I said, it's a rock and a hard place. I feel like it's getting better now that trans women are getting like more exposure and they're out there more, and people are making it more comfortable to be attracted to what you're attracted to. You know what I mean? And it's so disgusting to me. Like when I hear other gay people be like, oh, well, why would she date this gay boy? Or why is she attracted to a butch queen? Like, bitch, I mean, at the end of the day, you like who you like. You know what I mean? Like, it's so unfortunate to be like, because a man is more feminine acting, or because, you know, he's gay and he identifies as gay, like as a trans woman, you shouldn't date them. Like, that's so, it's tacky to me. You know what I mean? It's almost giving reverse racism type shit. Like, because at
I
the end of the
mean,
day, they can act like,
that's the same thing with gay guys. Like, you know, if a gay guy likes a more feminine guy and they're feminine too, then sometimes like, well, why you dating this guy? Y'all the same thing. Like, what y'all gonna do together? The same shit.
right?
You know?
If everybody got a front part and everybody got a back part, baby, like it don't matter who use what on who. If we both like it and it feel good, like we gonna use what we like and it's gonna feel good, and that's just what it is. Like,
Exactly. That's how I feel about it.
All the equipment is there.
right? At the end of the day, honey, everybody want to be versed in 2022, honey. Everybody want to smack it up, flip it, and rub it down and do what they do. So,
Not smack it up and flip it.
Well, she's not lying, but I'm gonna leave it there.
I mean, hello,
Um,
y'all. One thing y'all gonna learn, honey, I don't lie, child. One thing y'all gonna learn, I don't lie. That's one thing y'all gonna learn.
but did you have anyone that inspired you to get into the cosmetology industry? Like, did you have any, you know, inspiration to get into there? Oh, I think she on the phone.
Oh my God, y'all, I'm so sorry. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I knew something was going on.
I think she got a phone call.
Yep. Because she probably like, did she scream?
Oh,
It sounded like she said, "What?" That might be my mind. That might be my mind, though.
I don't know.
That might.
But I guess y'all in the chat, y'all enjoying the interview so far?
Because I'm actually enjoying it. I like people that. I just saw you.
You just saw that, girl. I'm gonna need you to I'm going to need you to be past her.
Hey, Barry. I'm just. I'm so
That was
jealous.
so like 20 minutes ago, bitch.
Listen, when we doing these interviews and you sending me shit, like, bruh, like I don't be seeing that shit. I don't be seeing it all the time now. You know, I put this shit on Do Not Disturb so when nobody be bothering me while we doing what we doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we got all these damn interviews coming up.
What's dry?
Yeah, we was dry for a minute, but
What's dry? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it because we got one.
thanks, Candy. Thanks, Candy. she made us thirsty again. Not thirsty. She waited up for us again, child.
Woke it back up because we was like, girl.
Right. Okay. Okay, we got an interview Thursday.
We do have an interview Thursday. I had to watch that reunion too. I might watch that tonight. Was it good?
Oh, it was damn good.
Okay, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Sunday,
That
so
reunion was good.
Gucci was not lying.
No, she was not. You think we should promote that while we wait for Nicole?
We might as well.
Okay, well, since while we wait for Nicole, we're gonna promote that we got another interview on Thursday night. Okay, the interview is Thursday night at the same time, 8/7 Central, where we will be interviewing Miss Latrice Rogers from the hit on network reality series Bill Collector. She'll be in the building on Thursday night. We're gonna talk about the reunion. We're gonna talk about what's to come on the part 2 of the reunion, and hopefully she give us some behind the scenes tea, and we're going to talk about what happened during the season, and we're going to talk about the fact that they've been renewed for a 3rd season, thank God. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and I know Latrice going to give me everything. I know it.
And I'm like, is she going to bring Antoinette back? Because I would like to see Antoinette again.
As a matter of fact, Latrice texted me this morning talking about she ready for the interview.
I'm glad she ready, because so am I. Because I'm like, I want to talk about some things.
We got a lot to talk about.
But
I'm not gonna do this with you, Catherine, because see, I done got everybody. Every time they hear Glorilla Bless, they think about me. I got 99 problems, and the biggest one is me. You know, I'm gonna say that. We're gonna have to play that a lot while I'm in Atlanta next month. Bitch, that ticket was $165. $164. That's all.
Uh, um,
What?
Child, the text message. I'll have to tell you later. I will have to tell you later. But
Terrence calls Antoinette the legendary and incomparable Dr. Antoinette. That's what Terrence calls Antoinette, the legendary. That's what he calls a child. Speaking of her, I see her, like I told you the other day, I see her dentist, her dental practice every time I go to the airport. It's right there by the goddamn airport. It's right there by the airport.
I want to go see you just to go see it look all clean and shit.
Somebody gonna say, "Tell us, Jamar, it's only us here." Child, Jamar is not finna tell y'all what's in that text message. Chill. I'm dying to
Mm,
know my damn self.
It's nothing like that bad, but it's about stuff that publicly dis-
Divulge.
I can't publicly discuss that
Because
yet.
I was gonna ask you what that damn same script, different cast tweet was about. I never got the chance to ask you that. Yeah, we gotta talk after this is over. If I have time before this live, I gotta do.
Cannot. But
I can't.
it's just mess. I hope Nicole is all right.
I hope so too. You typing hard. You typing hard on that damn thing. No, it's not. It's not frozen at all. It's not frozen. She went to go take a call. I don't know what's going on, but we just here just talking to y'all until she come back. What's going on, Trap? Oh, I see. Private.
Said
Oh,
Wessa, Jeffries, child just don't know. Yeah, it sounded like I don't know if it was like an emergency or something because she.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But it sounded like she had an emergency or something. So I hope she's okay.
Yeah, because the way she said, she screamed out, "What?" I'm like, "Ooh."
What's a child? I mean, is there any other topic that we can cover whilst we wait?
The
Have
fact
you?
that
I'm so
that's
sorry, you
it.
guys. Like, I just had the biggest emergency, and I'm gonna have to get off of here, y'all. I'm so sorry.
I figured.
Oh,
Is everybody
we'll
all
just
right?
No,
reschedule it.
everybody's not all right, honey. I'm waiting on the ambulance right now.
Oh,
Go ahead and do your thing, baby. We
all
Okay,
right
will.
then. We'll
sorry,
just
you guys.
reschedule.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
No,
it's
go ahead.
fine.
Baby. To hell with this interview. Go take care of
All
your
right,
people.
thank you.
All
Hmm.
right.
Well, that is very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, but we will have another chance with her. And it was going good. I was really enjoying
It was going
myself.
really well.
I was
Damn. But
enjoying
I'm sorry
myself.
that she's having somebody had there's an ambulance involved. That's never good.
It's never
So,
good when ambulances is involved, child. But yeah. So should I keep this up?
I mean, she still gave some great stuff. So we'll just have to
Okay.
go. We'll just have to call like part one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just call it a part one, and then pretty much like how we did Oliver when we first
Right.
mhm.
Damn.
Tessa,
So,
we talking about Cardi B and JT on a whole nother live, child.
mm,
And since the interview is pretty much canceled, I may as well move that time up on that live then.
might as well.
Might as well. Let me go on and fix that right now. So let me move that on up some. Let me move it up an hour.
But y'all extend your hands of prayer to Miss Nicole for whatever she got going on.
I told you, I heard her scream out, "What?" I'm like, "Oh no."
I didn't hear it, but I did see like the expression before she left, and I couldn't.
Hmm. Well, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and call this a night. But we will get back with her soon so we can pretty much finish this off. This is pretty much part one of her interview. We'll give a part two soon. But we definitely have an interview with Latrice. Um Thursday, and we have an interview with Andre next Monday too. So be on the lookout for both of those. And until then, we'll see you then. Be sure to tune into my live in about an hour because we will be talking about the Cardi B and JT stuff. So be on the lookout for that in less than an hour. Make sure y'all tune in to my live. So we'll holler at y'all at another time. And Jamar and I will see you on Thursday for our interview with Latrice, and we will see you on Friday for Boys Night Out. Guest host being Tramiel. And we're out of here, y'all. Until the next one, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.